This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we cover the cartoon Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs. Hit me up, move 'em out, power stride, and ready to ride. Howdy, Joel.
Hey, Andrew.
What? How y'all doing today? Shuck 'em up.
Shuck 'em up.
Let's go get a sarsaparilla at the old saloon in New Dallas, which is in the future, kinda.
Okay.
Perfect. So,
in the year 2003, New Dallas.
honestly, I would not be surprised if this show took place in the year 2003. I don't think they actually go and say, yeah, they just say distant future.
Yeah.
But it seems like in the year of 2003. Remember, Transformers the movie, which we will call back later, takes place in 2005.
Yep.
But I don't think we need to do too much waffling because we've got a very long theme song to review.
We do. So, without further ado, Andrew,
Let's hit it.
Hit it.
It's still going.
This theme song is so great, so wonderful, but at the same time, so long.
Yeah, I know. It's like they have this like 40-second guitar solo. You're like, are we done? Can I watch this cartoon? I know that my ADD riddled ass as a kid would be like, I can't. I'm done. This was too much.
So it's funny because I think last week when we was talking about doing this, you told me, "Hey, we got a request," or
somebody commented on Galaxy Rangers, and they were like, "I prefer Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs," and then you were like, "We've covered that," and I was like, "No, we haven't." You're like, "Yeah, we have. I listen to that theme song all the time," which meant that Joel has just casually been listening to this power ballad for this 90s, 80s cartoon for however long.
Probably a year at this point. I could have sworn we did this because I've heard this theme song so many times. I love it, honestly,
yeah,
Andrew.
It's great.
I'm going to give it an 8.
I was going to give it an 8 too.
Yeah.
It's too long. It's a good song, but it's not a great theme song. It's 2 minutes. The show is
Basically.
only 20. Okay, each episode is 22 minutes long, which means it's 20 minutes. On top of that, there's always a save money animation sequence for when they go into the ill-named robot cowboy Ramrod. More on that later. So, really, there's about, I don't know, 15 minutes of actual cartoon footage that's new every week.
You'll be lucky if you actually get in 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. Not to mention this is like old school animation, so it's a lot of oh.
Oh yeah, the music, the song. We actually have Dale Shacko to thank for this wonderful theme song, Andrew. Apparently he was given the rights to do all the music composition on this show and was given complete like creativity on it.
They just let him have complete creative control.
They told him to go crazy, so he basically went in and he was like, I'm gonna do a fashionable, this is what I heard it called, fashionable country western style.
Well, if that was what he was going for, he failed miserably to accomplish that. It is a good song, but it has no country western feel. The
only western feel, in my opinion, is the sound of like the whips.
Yeah. And like what is it? Feel the thunder as you ride, or lightning cracks as something like that. I don't know. There was so much going on in that song. I'm like, is this over?
It's too long, but it's such a great song. Honestly, I think if they would have cut it down maybe 40 seconds, dude, we might be talking about a 9 or maybe a 10. Who knows?
If they cut the solo down, but him having complete creative control makes a lot of sense for what is going on in this show.
Yes, it does.
For sure. Well, Joel, how did this get made?
So as you've already mentioned, this was an anime first. So this released in Japan in the year 1984. Now, in Japan, it was titled Star Musketeer Bismarck.
What's Bismarck mean?
Bismarck was the main character's name.
Oh.
Which the main character in the Japanese version was actually who we know as Ramrod.
I thought Ramrod's the robot cowboy. Isn't Richard Lancelot Saber Rider?
So, yes, and that is one thing that happened.
Or is it's the main character of this Ramrod?
Yes.
The robot.
In Japan, yes.
Okay, all right. That checks out a lot more.
So in Japan, he was the main character, and how this show came to America and came to our TV sets was basically in the late 80s. World Events Productions, who brought another series over from Japan to America and had pretty good success with that series. That series being Voltron. They wanted another show. And at this time, you had Brave Star, The Adventures of the Galaxy Rangers. You had these shows getting a lot of traction.
We covered those. Go back and listen to them, listener.
So World Events Production saw this as an opportunity to kind of get on that space western vibe. They bought the rights for the English dub, and from there they actually started changing a good bit around in this series, to the point where they basically renamed all the characters. They actually changed around who the main character was, and they actually ended up writing I had it right here. How much was it? They did 6 episodes themselves.
Like they animated them, or they just like
Yes.
edited footage? Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there was 6 episodes out of the 52 episodes that this series had that basically the English team created to bridge the animation gap and the gap in the story that they were creating. I thought that was pretty interesting. You don't see that happen too much.
Yeah. Usually they don't put that much effort.
No. Normally it's very cheap, just dub. But I feel like with their success with Voltron, they really thought that this was going to be like their next Voltron. It was not.
This show has a lot going on.
Yeah. But
it's got Power Ranger stuff, it's got Transformer stuff, it's got Western stuff, it's got space stuff, it's got future stuff. I'm like, one of them's a race car driver, one of them has a metal cowboy hat, Joel.
A metal cowboy? Okay.
Yeah, because they all have different themed hats. And that I didn't even just get to the point where they explained that Ramrod is a giant metal cowboy with a fucking enormous sedan, I assume, size 6-shooter. And Peter Cullen is doing country Optimus Prime.
Oh, God.
Before we get into the cast. But it's
Howdy,
pretty much
y'all.
what it is. Yeah, he's like, I'm Ramrod.
Shuck 'em up.
Shuck 'em up. Y'all come back now. Y'all hear?
That's what I want. I want a country version of Optimus Prime.
What would the country version of Optimus Prime be called?
Optimus Prime. Primus?
Opta y'all Prime. Up to y'all Prime. At your service.
Up to y'all Prime. That's me. Transforms into a run-down, like, farm truck.
Oh, I was going to say he turns into an F-150.
Or that, yeah, just a massive F-150.
Well, he's from Texas. It's probably F-250. Let's be real here. Everything's bigger than Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
He keeps his arms, from transforming so he can hold his pistols and shoot them up in the air while
Even
he's
in truck
driving.
form.
Yeah.
Howdy, ma'am.
Howdy. But that's it, Andrew, on the creation of the shows. Hit us with the voice actors.
So the voice cast of Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs are Rob Paulsen is Saber Rider and Jess Blue. Townsend Coleman is Colt, Outrider, and Vapor Soldier. Pat Fraley is Fireball. Pat Musick is April. And yeah, she's April. Sorry. Peter Cullen is the narrator and Ramrod and a bunch of other like background characters.
Okay.
It's pretty funny because like you can hear him every time.
Really?
Like, you're like, there he is.
There's
BJ Ward is Cynthia.
Okay.
Probably. Trace McNeil is Mandy, Robin, and June. Neil Ross is Grimer and Buck. Cam Clark is Philip, Brad, and Soldier. And finally, Lenny Winrib is Colonel Wyatt.
Colonel Wyatt?
Yeah, that's right. All right, for their other works, we have Rob Paulsen is Loosey Goosey in the TV series Loosey Goosey and the Fried Chicken. Townsend Coleman is the Tick in The Tick.
Oh, cool.
Pat Fraley is Gombo in The Legend of Korra. Pat Musick is Tony Taponi in American Tail. Peter Cullen is Thaddeus in Invincible. BJ Ward is Witch Hag in Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. That's a really fun video game for anyone interested. Tress McNeil is Bambi's mother in the Simpsons short May the 12th Be With You.
Okay.
Neil Ross is Honest John in American Tail. Cam Clark is Kaneda in the English dub of Akira. And finally, Lenny Wimrib is Secretary Bird in Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Interesting.
So, Joel,
yes,
it's the future. It's Texas.
Texas.
And it's about robots. I will say there's only 3 of them. So Saber Rider,
okay,
whose name is Robert Lancelot, he's the title character of the American version of the series. He also has a bearskin hat. That's his because he's got the saber.
Yeah, and
he's supposed to be British, or Rob Paulson's version of a British person.
Okay.
It's not working out. It's not a wonder that Rob Paulson has not tried to do a British character since. But
not good.
I mean, it's weird how it can go one way but not the other way around. Americans cannot sound British, but British people can go like, "Hey y'all, what's up?" And you're like, "What the fuck? How did you do that?"
I don't know. I think I sound pretty British, you know. Hello, governor.
That's right. Oi there, boys.
He's back.
It's me, Cockney McCockenballs, the most British man of all time. God save the Queen, or maybe Satan, because that's probably where she is. Anywho, we also have Fireball Hakari, the only one who I think kept his Japanese name.
Yeah.
Shinji Hakari is his real name. He is a former race car driver who just got roped into this. Like, he just happened to win a race and was there. And they're like, you just got like, the first time he meets Saber Rider, he tries to steal his hotel room. He's like, I need your room. He goes, I won a race and got this room as a prize. No, you can't have my room. And then Saber Rider pulls a gun on him.
Give me that room.
Not actually. Colt Wilcock, also known as Willem Bill Wilcock, he is actually the one who pulls the gun out on him first because he's a bounty hunter. He's the one with the metal cowboy hat on his spacesuit. I'm like, this is fantastic because he had to get that design back. Hey, just to make it clear, when you design my little flying suit, I need people to know that I'm a cowboy first.
Yeah,
I'm a spaceman, but I'm a cowboy. All right, don't you ever forget it.
I'm gonna need a metal hat for it too.
If I'm gonna boot, scoot, and boogie in 0 days, I'm gonna need me a cowboy hat. All right.
See, that's how I want all my like Southern heroes to talk. Is like
of course. That's how could you not? It's the best version of the Southern accent. Oi, come here. Oi, just the obnoxious redneck that's like, oi, come here. Hey, talk to you, boy. Hey,
boy.
You're like,
hey, boy.
What? Because they'll just keep, if you ever come down south and you just hear a guy going, oi, hey, you, oi, fancy britches. It's you they're talking to, and they will not stop until you acknowledge. You go, what do you want?
And
nice
if you
pants, nice pants, city boy. That's all he wants to say. He just wants to fucking drag you for something.
Chances are those people, if you give them a chance, they will talk to you about anything and everything for no less than 2 hours.
Never say how you doing down here. Never. For anyone who's up north, who's never been down here, just say hi. If they say how you doing, Don't go, good, how are you? Or well, how are you? Depending on if you passed English. You will unlock an unskippable cutscene with a very, very talkative Southerner. Just go, I'm good. Eyes forward, straight on. You gotta, sometimes you gotta do prison rules if you're going down south.
You gotta keep walking. You can't stop. You just have to eyes forward, say good, keep walking.
And if you're in one of the more downtown areas and someone stops to talk to you, it is 9 times out of 10 to hand you a religious pamphlet.
Yeah.
Just like, so what are you doing down here? I'm like, oh, I'm just like, and then eventually it'll trick you into, what is your relationship with the Lord? And you're like, fuck, not this again.
You got me this time, Jehovah Witness. You got me.
Oh, man, they're out there, especially in South Carolina lately. I don't even know where they meet. No, we had that down here.
Yeah, I remember they would come by our house out in 6 Mile.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of real recruits out there.
My dad will tell the story about how I gave them a cat one time. I gave Jehovah Witnesses a cat from our yard one time.
Did they take it?
Yeah.
You made your cat a Jehovah's Witness?
I did, yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, it was one of those situations my dad kept telling me, like, we gotta get rid of these cats. Because one of the cats had kittens. And this Jehovah Witness like, oh, that's such a cute little kitten. Reminds me of my old cat. And I was like, you want it? My dad keeps saying I gotta get rid of him.
How old were you?
Oh, I was probably 15, 16.
Oh, I thought it was like a little 10-year-old Joel. No. He wants to be a Jehovah's Witness.
I can't be a Jehovah Witness. My parents told me that y'all believe in a sham, but he's just a kitten. He can believe.
Mr. Sprinkles can't ever get a blood transfusion, so you should take him.
And we don't know when he was born, so you don't have to worry about a birthday with him either.
There you go. We have April Eagle. She is the daughter of Commander Charles Eagle. She's I don't know. She's with them on missions. Why she does not get power armor is beyond me.
She's a woman, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean,
Super Earth cannot pay for a power suit to be made by a woman.
Oh, so this takes place in fucking what is that game called again?
Helldivers.
This is Helldivers.
Yeah, basically, Super Earth cannot afford that because let's face it, she's gonna try to drive that power suit and she's just gonna run into a wall.
She helps pilot our next character, Ramrod.
I don't believe it. A woman piloting anything in the 80s?
She has help from 3 other dudes, if that helps you.
Okay,
or maybe it's
sense.
Like when you play video games with your little cousin and you unplug the controller and you're like, you're doing it.
It's like, you know those like fake steering wheel sets you get for your kids with the horn? It's like just one of those. She's like, I'm helping. Yes, you are, sweetie.
Good job.
Bless your heart.
So Ramrod was developed by April Eagle as the technological miracle weapon that could help them counter the Outriders. It is the highlight of nearly every episode because Ramrod's transformation from an airborne battleship to a gigantic fighting robot cowboy. I cannot stress enough that he is a giant robot cowboy. They make it such a point, and he's also got a giant metal cowboy hat. So that shit rules. Okay, I didn't know that giant robots could get better than by being a cowboy.
So what I'm hearing is if you ever got a giant robot, you want your giant robot to be a cowboy.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. I don't know if you get to do, when those are available, if you get to do the custom package. It's like,
can you give me a cowboy, a robot cowboy?
So as Joel said earlier, that the Japanese version, he was named Bismarck. Hence the series name Seijinsu Bismarck. The Americanized name of the battleship is possibly originates from cowboy slang, referring to the person in charge of an outfit, the leader of the pack, or the person who gets the job done. Ramrod. All I think about is Super Troopers.
Yeah.
So the main antagonists are called the Outriders. They are made of vapor, and they are from another dimension. Oh yeah, we have dimensional travel in this fucking show. Like, I was like, how many things did they throw at the wall to this thing?
So wait, dimensional travel, like light speed travel?
No, they're traveling from an alternate dimension to try to take over ours.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, their personal existence is bleak in their dimension, and they're trying to take over our dimension. But it actually works out pretty great for them, because if they get shot and killed, they don't die. They just go back to their dimension, regenerate, and come back. So that's basically the premise. Every week, they're trying to, save an outpost or a town, or basically stopping the Outriders in one way or another. There's not really a main... I guess you could say Nemesis, who is a huge dark-clad masked being and an evil China. Yeah, he's in charge of the Outriders. But even then, it's like...
The Outriders are basically just an evil organization that
they're the
trying
putties.
to stop. Yeah.
This show is on Power Rangers rules. They are not in their armor the first bit. They get armored up, something giant happens, and they have to call Ramrod.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
To ram his rod for justice.
Go Ramrod.
That's right. Go Team Ramrod.
Go Team Ramrod.
So there was an up-and-coming there was a game being developed by a German group called Team Saber Rider under the license of both World Events Productions and Studio Pierrot. The game was planned for multiple platforms after a successful funding from Kickstarter, but it was originally announced in 2010. The game's development faced several problems, including the stuttering of the original developer, Firehazard Studio. The head development, Chris Strach, originally worked on an earlier video game adaptation project of a 2D side-scroller shooter initially planned for the Game Boy Advance and later Nintendo DS. However, the original game was scrapped due to notions that more casual games sold better on the Nintendo DS. Probably also they realized that it would not sell very well.
Probably was going to be a awful game.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's just like I don't see that happening personally. There are figures you can buy, but they came out so late after the show. I would be remiss to call the Reagan show.
Yeah, it's weird because the show also got like a comic book, but the comic book wasn't until like 2016. So it sounds like to me a lot of the comic books, the video games, it was all done well after this show had been off air.
Yeah, I feel like this is definitely one of these where it's a cult following, and the people who know it very well. But
yeah, I'll go and tell you just from the plot between the English version and the Japanese version sounds a little bit cooler.
Really?
Yeah, because really the story in the Japanese version is about how humanity has progressed so far to the point where they're actually exploring other solar systems.
Oh, okay.
And there was one centralized government in charge of all this exploration or, all this expansion. and the outer colonies that are being set up are starting to fight against the central government, just like how it does in most, stories like this. And then some new race, they call their bad guys Deathcula.
Deathcula.
Yeah, like Dracula.
But for death.
Yeah. Apparently the Deathculas they just show up out of nowhere and start attacking them.
Okay.
So it's more like Space War. But I don't know. It sounds like it would have more of a story to it than the English
this is
version.
Definitely like a flavor of the week style story. But I will say, in the English dub, it's Peter Cullen has said he was doing a John Wayne impression, but really he's just doing Country Optimus Prime.
Country Optimus Prime.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to make a Transformer that's basically just John Wayne. Probably because he sucked in real life.
Howdy, partner.
Oh, I'm John Wayne.
No, they just
super racist and a draft dodger.
They just need to do a redneck Transformer.
Oi, transform.
That's all I want.
He's a fucking El Camino.
Yeah. not even like nice too.
Oh,
It's rusted out. Like doors are different colors. Yeah.
He's like one accident away from being a junkie con.
Yeah, exactly. That would be the instead of white trash, rust trash.
Yeah, something like that. That makes sense. Well, Joel, I believe it's time to go to your new reoccurring segment, reviews that have been deputized and reviews that are outlaws.
Ooh, that was a solid one, Andrew. So,
Modla Conley of you, sir.
This week, I only have one review for us. The show is sitting on a 8.4 out of 10 out of a 2.6K ratings.
A lot more people remember this than I would have thought.
Yeah. And so this is a 10 out of 10. Couldn't find a 1. But this one is titled Voltron versus Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs. I do not agree with you, man. I think that this animated series was super fun for me when I saw it for the first time. I saw it even before Voltron. Yes, it was always the same, but at least was fun to watch and not that annoying as Voltron. In Voltron, we had the same thing every episode, but here, at least, there was more action and every attack is not concentrated on the planet Earth. The mixed characters were great, and the English accent of Saber Rider was a great idea. The cartoon was made for kids, but even now I very much enjoy it, but it's hard to find. I think Saber Rider is better in every way than Voltron.
It's not hard to find anymore. It's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It took me 2 seconds, thankfully. Thanks,
he shouldn't
YouTube.
have any issue. Andrew, what are your closing remarks on Saber Rider? Or hang on, Saber Rider.
Too long of a theme song, but you know what? Peter Cullen being Country Optimus Prime makes this worth the watch, at least for the first episode.
Okay.
Also, I mean, it's not animated badly, obviously, because it's anime. But I mean, it's old school anime animation. So take that with a grain of salt. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. If you're into big robot fights and also westerns for some reason, this is quite the show for you. What about you, Joel?
I was going to say space westerns. That's kind of like they contradict themselves.
It should be done more often.
Well, it should be. I love them, but they are so ridiculous at times. My final thought would be if you want to watch it, if you want to hear country Optimus Prime, give it a shot, but just watch the 2-minute long theme song. Like the theme song we played, that is not the full length song. You can find their full length song. It's like a 3-minute music video for this show. Just go watch that. I think you'll understand what the show's about after 3 minutes of that intro.
Fantastic. Well, I believe that wraps everything up for Saber Rider and the Star Sheriffs. If you would like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have the $5 tier. It gets you access to our Discord, bonus episodes, episodes with extended audio, stickers and pins mailed directly to your door. And also, any request you make on that Discord goes right to the top. We have a website, cartoondumpsterdive.com. There you can go to our store and buy some merch or send a request there that will put you in the normal tier of request. I mean, it's fine. If you don't want to pay us $5, I'm not going to twist your arm about it. We have an X handle, CartoonDD. We are Cartoon Dumpster Dive on all other social media platforms. And as always, thank you for a 5-star review on the podcasting platform of your choice so we can ride out the rest of the week and not get arrested by the sheriff. Have a good one.
See ya. Might be one of the worst, saying in any cartoon.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just so long.
Yeah, like everything in this show.
This has been a Lug Hole Podcast.